How Saudi Prince Salman's family is richer than you imagine, richer than the headlines, richer than the whispers on social media, richer than the myths you've heard about oil wealth. This is the story that makes even billionaires pause and wonder if they've ever truly tasted luxury. Picture it, palaces stretching wider than your neighborhood, private jets lined up like cars in a driveway, and vaults filled with more gold than some countries own. The family of Saudi Prince Salman, bound by power and bloodline, doesn't just live in wealth. They breathe it, shape it, and rule through it. To the outside world, their riches seem like a fairy tale, but behind closed doors, the reality is more dramatic, more scandalous, and far richer than you can imagine. For decades, people thought oil was the beginning and end of their fortune, that the black gold of the desert created unimaginable dynasties. And while that's partly true, the real wealth of Prince Salman's family comes from something bigger: control. Control of markets, of investments, of land, and of influence that stretches far beyond the deserts of Arabia. We're talking about skyscrapers in London, penthouses in Paris, resorts in the Maldives, and stakes in Silicon Valley companies that power your everyday apps. Every time you scroll on your phone, drink a Starbucks coffee, or step into an Uber, chances are you're brushing against the invisible financial empire of Saudi royalty. But here, where the story takes a darker turn. When you're this rich, money stops being just about comfort. It becomes a tool for dominance, a shield for secrets, and sometimes a weapon for betrayal. The world sees the curated Instagram moments: Prince Salman walking with world leaders, attending lavish banquets, gifting diamond necklaces worth millions. Yet behind the velvet curtains, the rivalries within the royal family are as brutal as any medieval drama. Brothers plotting against brothers, cousins vying for influence, loyalties bought and sold like currency. The palace walls might be made of marble, but inside, the battles are blood-red. What makes how Saudi Prince Salman's family is richer than you imagine so fascinating isn't just the money, it's the contradictions. They are guardians of centuries-old traditions, but they drive hypercars that roar through European streets at midnight. They fund mosques around the world, but also drop billions in Las Vegas casinos under fake names. They sit on thrones of discipline, while tabloids leak whispers of yacht parties that rival Hollywood scandals. It's a lifestyle both sacred and sinful, wrapped in secrecy yet watched by the world. And when they spend on a level that feels unreal. Take the yacht Serene, once owned by Prince Mohammed bin Salman, nicknamed MBS, the floating palace with 15 rooms, a helipad, and a submarine garage. Or the $450 million painting of Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, quietly purchased through intermediaries, making headlines across art circles. Imagine dropping $500 million on a painting, while the rest of the world struggles to pay rent. That's not wealth. That's dominance disguised as taste. Of course, social media can't resist. Memes circulate of gold-plated Lamborghinis parked in London, TikToks of Saudi royals flooding Harrods with private shopping sprees, Instagram models whispering about private jets bound for mysterious desert palaces. Some praise them, others criticize them, but everyone watches, because this family has turned their wealth into a performance, a global reality show where the stakes are higher than ratings. Still, wealth this large always casts a shadow. The Saudi royal family, including Prince Salman, has been at the center of controversies that spark global headlines. From political rivalries to accusations of corruption, the same money that buys yachts and diamonds also shields reputations and silences critics. Critics argue that power without accountability becomes dangerous. And in Saudi Arabia, the line between the throne and the fortune blurs so completely that it's impossible to separate one from the other. Midway through this story, it's worth repeating the truth that how Saudi Prince Salman's family is richer than you imagine. Because every time you think you've seen the full picture, another layer peels back, revealing something bigger. Think about this. Their estimated wealth isn't measured in billions, it's measured in the trillions. Estimates say the House of Saud collectively controls over $1 trillion. Some whisper it could even be closer to 2. That's more than Apple, Google, and Amazon combined. Its wealth so massive, it can sway economies, buy influence across continents, and shape wars without firing a bullet. But here, where it becomes personal, imagine being born into this family. Imagine opening your eyes for the first time and realizing that gold isn't rare, it's everywhere. Your first steps aren't on carpets but on marble imported from Italy. Your toys aren't plastic, they're miniature cars plated in silver. Birthdays mean Cartier gifts, weddings mean diamond dowries, and vacations mean entire islands reserved for your family alone. For outsiders, it's fantasy. For them, it's Tuesday. Yet wealth this extreme comes with its own poison. Many insiders whisper about the crushing weight of expectation. To be royal is to be watched, to be scrutinized, to live inside a bubble where friendships are tested. Love is complicated, and betrayal can cost billions. The Netflix-style drama practically writes itself. Cousins turned enemies, siblings fighting for recognition, and shadowy deals struck in gilded halls. When money never runs out, power becomes the only currency that matters. The influence of Prince Salman's family doesn't stop at luxury. It seeps into politics, celebrity culture, even Hollywood itself. Movie studios have quietly sought Saudi funding. Stars like Leonardo DiCaprio and Will Smith have been spotted at royal events, and the glittering allure of Riyadh's riches has pulled in some of the world's most famous names. Imagine the red carpet, but instead of Hollywood hills, it's under the desert stars of Saudi Arabia, where the champagne flows, the diamonds sparkle, and the cameras aren't always welcome. And still, the family maintains an aura of mystery. They don't flaunt everything, because what they keep hidden is often more shocking than what they reveal. Investments in weapons manufacturing, secret shares in companies that influence global media, even whispers of offshore accounts bigger than some nations' GDPs. If the public knew every detail, the internet wouldn't stop buzzing for decades. But perhaps the most powerful thing about this wealth is the way it bends perception. To many Saudis, the royal family represents tradition, religion, and leadership. To outsiders, they are symbols of extravagance and untouchable privilege. To critics, they're proof of inequality so vast it feels surreal. Yet in every conversation, one truth remains. Their wealth shapes the modern world in ways most people can't even see. What does this mean for the future? It means that while billionaires like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos dominate the headlines, they are still playing on a smaller stage. Because in the shadows, the Saudi royals sit with fortunes that dwarf tech empires. The richest man alive may change year by year, but the richest family alive remains constant, unmoved, untouched, and still richer than you imagine. As TikTok users joke, forget Dubai flexing, Saudi Arabia is the real boss level. And they're not wrong. Behind every skyscraper rising in Riyadh, every futuristic megacity like NEOM, every massive oil deal shaking Wall Street is the unseen hand of the royal fortune. A family so wealthy, they don't just influence culture, they create it. And so, the story circles back to where it began. How Saudi Prince Salman's family is richer than you imagine, richer than the dreams of billionaires, richer than the rumors swirling online. Their palaces may be hidden behind guarded gates, but their influence touches everything, everywhere. In the end, their story isn't just about money. It's about power, legacy, and the intoxicating drama of what happens when a family controls more wealth than the world can truly comprehend.